It started with the rain. Not the romantic, movie-worthy kind, but the heavy, soaking Florida downpour that made everything blur. Camila sat by her apartment window in downtown St. Augustine, watching the gray sky melt into the red bricks of Sycamore Street. She sipped her coffee slowly, cradling the warmth like a memory she didn't want to let go of. From her third-floor apartment, she could see the apartment directly across from hers, its window slightly ajar, steam fogging up the glass. And for weeks now, she'd noticed a silhouette in that window. A man. Always alone. Always still. Camila wasn't spying. At least, that's what she told herself. She had moved to St. Augustine to heal, far away from New York's noise and the suffocating absence left by her fiancé's sudden death a year ago. She needed the quiet, the sea, and something to hold on to. And strangely, the man across the street, with his guitar, quiet habits, and the way he stared at the sky like it had answers, became her anchor. One rainy night, the power went out. Thunder shook the windows and left the street in complete darkness. Camila lit candles and wandered to the window out of habit. But this time, there was a light across Sycamore Street, a lantern, casting soft gold onto the silhouette. And then, something unexpected, he waved. Startled, she waved back. The next morning, a paper was taped to his window. In bold, messy writing, "Coffee?" Camila couldn't help but laugh. She wrote "sure" on a sticky note and pressed it to her own glass. Minutes later, she heard a knock on her door. When she opened it, there he stood. Tall. A little disheveled. And impossibly familiar. "I'm Theo," he said, holding 2 cups of steaming coffee. "I'm the strange guy who lives across the street." "I'm Camila," she smiled. "And I guess that makes me the stranger who watches you." That became the beginning of their slow, silent dance. They met often after that. At her place, his place, the little coffee shop tucked between an antique bookstore and a vintage boutique. He was a composer who had once written scores for films before his heart had been broken beyond repair. His wife had left without explanation, taking their daughter with her. Since then, music had stopped sounding the same. But Camila understood that kind of ache. She knew how love could fill a room, and how its absence could empty it just as fast. Over weeks and months, they shared memories, wounds, and dreams, wrapped in the scent of cinnamon coffee, late-night vinyl records, and old books. They restored each other in silence, never rushing the fragile rhythm they had found. One evening, Camila showed him her artwork. Canvas after canvas of sky and window views, all painted from her apartment. Theo stared at one in particular, a dark canvas with just 2 windows glowing in gold. "There's. You painted our story," he whispered. "It's still being written," she replied. Spring melted into summer. Their hands brushed more often. His music found its melody again. Her laughter returned, light and free. And on a golden July evening, while Camila painted the sun from her balcony, Theo played his guitar across the street. The notes floated toward her like petals in the wind. Then came the song. A new composition. One he played on her doorstep, in front of curious neighbors and tourists who stopped to listen. No lyrics. Just music. But every note spoke of hope, of finding love after loss, of windows that open when you least expect them. She kissed him before the last chord ended. Later, curled in his arms under a sky full of stars, she whispered, "I thought I was too broken to love again." He kissed her forehead. Sometimes, love finds us when we stop looking. And in that quiet moment, the ghosts of their pasts faded, leaving only the warmth of something real, something new. They didn't rush to move in together or speak of forever too soon. But every night, before turning off their lights, they waved from their windows. 2 souls across Sycamore Street who had once been strangers, now keepers of each other's hearts. Cherry blossom call to action. If you believe in love that heals and begins again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Love. Love letter. Sparkles comment below, have you ever fallen for someone at just the right moment in life? Let's celebrate second chances and soulful connections. Glowing star.